Part 1 Competency-based education. Module 1 Understanding Competency-based education. Welcome to Module 1 of this course on Competency-based education. By the end of this module, you will be able to describe the concept of Competency-based education or CBE, understand the need for competency-based education, and list down the differences between traditional and competency-based education. Let us begin with Part 1. In this topic, we will be exploring the concept of competency-based education. We will be elaborating on the 6 components of CBE and the impact of CBE on learning. First, let's understand the concept of competency. What is a competency? Competency can be defined as an individual's capability of performing a task successfully in professional, educational, and other life contexts by using knowledge, skills, and abilities. Knowledge. Knowledge is the conceptual and theoretical understanding of the subject. It is a visible characteristic that can be easily developed through a good competency-based education. Skills. A skill is a measurable and observable proficiency that is learned through training or experience. It is also a visible characteristic that can be easily developed through a good competency-based education. Abilities. An ability is the vast underlying capacity or talent that is essential to learn and apply knowledge and skills. It is a hidden characteristic we are naturally capable to learn, which develops even without formal instruction. Now let us understand what is competency-based education or CBE. In the year 2011, a group of 100 experts and educators came together for the first time and agreed upon a 5-point working definition of competency-based education. According to them, CBE, which is also known as Mastery or Proficiency-based education, is a high-quality education system in which students are engaged and motivated by educators to advance upon demonstrated mastery. Measurable, transferable, and well-defined competencies and learning outcomes are articulated to empower students. Assessment of competencies and content or concept or knowledge is meaningful and a positive learning experience for students. Students receive timely, differentiated support based on their individual learning needs, and learning outcomes emphasize competencies that include application, analysis, evaluation of competencies, and content and creation of knowledge, along with the development of important skills and dispositions. In other words, competency-based education creates a system of continuous improvement that fosters deeper learning of students at their own pace. Let's now discuss the 6 components of competency-based education in detail. CBE has clearly defined learning outcomes in terms of what knowledge and skills will be acquired by the students. It gives flexibility of time frame to students to achieve learning outcomes at their own pace. It uses multiple pedagogies and classroom activities that form the basis of learning. For example, in schools practicing competency-based education systems, the focus is on creating learner-centered classrooms that support multiple modes of learning, flexible student groupings, and responsive facilitation based on students' needs, interests, and strengths. It ensures availability of a variety of engaging content for both teachers and learners. For example, in CBE classrooms, learning units are designed around an inquiry-driven, problem-based learning cycle. It uses assessment of learning outcomes through criterion-referenced testing. And it certifies level of learning based on demonstrated learning outcomes. Let us now understand the impact of competency-based education on learning. CBE clearly communicates expectations to students. Thus, they own and participate in the learning process. It enhances teacher-learner interaction, uses creative and learner-centric methods and techniques to enhance students' learning, offers flexibility to adopt a variety of strategies based on different types of learning styles of students, assesses students on areas that they understand, prefer, and are interested in, and focuses on quality of learning rather than volume. School readiness for competency-based education. Now that you understand the concept of competency-based education and its impact on learning, let us evaluate the stage at which your school is with regard to CBE. If your school is trying to understand what CBE is, it is at stage 1. If your school is discussing to consider providing CBE, it is at stage 2. If your school is planning to start CBE, it is at stage 3. If your school is presently providing CBE in a few grades and in a few subjects, it is at stage 4. And if your school is presently providing CBE in all grades and in all subjects, it is at stage 5. Let us now summarize the points that we have covered in this topic. In this topic, we talked about what is a competency, what is competency-based education, the 6 components of competency-based education, the impact of competency-based education on learning, and readiness of a school for competency-based education. Great! You have completed the topic. What is competency-based education? In the next topic, we will be talking about how CBE is different from the traditional system of education. Till then, goodbye.